Are we? It's Wednesday. I don't know why Wednesday needs such a celebration. Maybe it's because it's Easter week, you know, or rather it's kids off school. Hello, everybody. How are we? I'm clapping. Sorry, I'm like an excitable teenager. Probably because I'm about to chat to one of my mates, like one of my gin mates. I've got gin mates now. Yeah, I've got gin mates and starting this shebang. Anyway, hello. There's the camera. Hello. How are we? What are we doing? Husband's texting me. He's texting me. You shouldn't be texting. You should be watching live and listening and learning all about Perryley Craft Gin. Not doing his work, fixing a camper van. Hello, happy Wednesday. I'm also realizing I'm being all like very me. And I'm actually on Perryley's page as well, like on a posh page on someone else's. And they're just, yeah, she can just go live and do what she wants. Happy Wednesday. How are we? Are we having a little drink? I have been really good the past few nights. I have had one drink per night and measured it. Who knew there was another option to just free pouring? However, this evening I have left that little pourer thing that people tell you to use, like a jigger or something. Let's ask Vicky in a second. So tonight we are chatting to the lovely Victoria from Perryley Craft Gin. And it's this particular liquid that brings us here together today, which is the like an in and out and up and down. And that's a Venga Boys song, I think, from the 90s. This is their Violet Gin, which is on offer at the moment for Sip and Share members only. Good evening. Hi, Helen. For £31 delivered, we only have 10. Only have 10. Repeat. It's not that often now. We only have very limited. But these guys are tiny, they're a small distillery, like a very small distillery. But they're building a new one, a one that's also small, but a little bit bigger. So we have 10 bottles of this. You'll get a full size one. You'll get like a 70 centilitre one for £31. Mine is like a borrower sized one because Vic knows how much gin I've got in this house and she thinks, come on, Kate, get a grip. So this is Perryley Craft Gin. Here she is. Let's have a chat to her and see what she's doing. Hi.
This is the real size, Kate.
That's like, so mine's like a, not a child.
You get the baby brother version. I'm a full pourer as well. This is what you were talking about. This is the jigger. Throw that away. Don't need that. I'm a free pourer as well, so I'm going to just chuck myself a gin together.
Right. What is the serve? Like, have you got a serve for the Violet one? Like, what are you thinking? 42% it needs a serve.
It does. Oh, hang on. I just need to have a sniff. Oh, it's so lovely. It's really floral, this one. So it depends on if you like your floral gins. It is not Parma violets. It is violet as in the flower. And that's really important to distinguish because a lot of people go, oh, yeah, it's like the Whitley Neal, whoever they are. It's really not. It's more floral than that. It's more delicate than that. So
you do delicate though, don't you? You do delicate. Yeah, you do. You do kind of like a classy touch. That's how I would. What?
Maybe, but don't tell anyone because we're not really that classy, if I'm honest. But we normally would say with this one, either a plain tonic with a wedge of lime or a lemonade if you're not a tonic person. But I spotted this in the supermarché and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So I've got this Mexican lime soda water because I'm not a huge tonic person. So I'm going to try this. Let's see if it works because I do know that it does work really nicely with lime. We do say, because it's a delicate flavour, 50-50. That's a little bit less than 50-50.
Because it's delicate flavour or just because, you know.
Because that's how you should drink gin.
Like what you make. Tiny glass, giant ice cube. Oh, look, my proportions are all out, Vic.
No, I don't think they are. I think they're perfect.
So you've put that Mexican lime.
No, I put that in. Let's see how it goes. Literally, this is an experiment live on TV. I thought I'd give it a go.
Live on TV. You've just upgraded us to some sort of. What do we think? I would never do soda. I've got here. What's this? Pink citrus tonic. That's that one. Oh, Dave's there. Hi, Dave.
Hi. He's fresh from the building site, so he's not going to come live tonight.
We're going to talk about the building site.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's
Right.
nice.
Yeah, he likes it.
Ooh, yeah, I'm getting peppers up there as well.
That's lost its.
It does bring out the pink peppercorn that we've got in the botanicals, actually. So that's one a bit peppery.
Tell us what's in it then in this violet one, and I want to know about the entire gin family. Like this is
Okay.
this
So
is
this one, we've got a base set of botanicals that we always use, which is the usual junipers. We put pink peppercorn in all of them, the cassia bark, the usual carrier oils, angelica root. What else has he got in this one? Cardamom is definitely in this one, but quite a subtle amount. And then what gives it its colour, and it's different for every batch as well. And you say we're really small, we're teeny tiny, she's not one. But the colour, which you probably can't see against our purple walls, actually, you can see it on your label, can't you? That's really nice. Thanks, Kate. It comes from the violet petals. So in the distill, in the botanicals, it actually has violet petals, which again is why it's a subtle flavour. It's not an additive. It's not an essence. It is the petals themselves. So I'm just going to drink more.
So this is 42%, and I think we can both fairly say this is definitely a killer offer in it.
Yes, it really is. Yeah.
Did you have to beg him? Did you have to like? No, is he listening?
There's a hand just coming in for. Look, he's building site fresh.
Building the new beast.
I mean, I say fresh with the loosest sense of the word.
I think that's it.
Just literally taking the gin out of my mouth there, Kate. Yeah, so it's really gently floral. It's not over sweet, which I find some of the violet gins out there can be. Yeah.
That is a nice gin. I can see why you've put lime with it. With it well, actually, just like Tina said, to Victoria. She can't make him a gin. He's building a new distillery, isn't he?
He can start off and make his own. He's got a whole kitchen full out there.
So this is the violet one. What else have we got? Which is £31 for Sip and Share members delivered. Like,
yeah, that's a good one. That one I've got the baby brothers in because I couldn't carry all the 70 CLs. So the other one we've got is the elderflower. Colour here, and again, floral, not over sweet because it is made with the flowers, not with essences and oils that you add. The other one which we've got on is a rhubarb.
Yeah,
and that one I think was last month. It was on last month's offer, and that one is fab. It's got a little hint of strawberry in it. So I know some of you are sort of going that you want more rhubarb in that one. So Dave's taking the note and he's going to do that.
Oh yeah.
So he's taking that. He's going to run with that. I think a lot of people compare it to some of the other rhubarbs out there and think it's not giving me a massive bang, but it is because it's, again, like us, unlike the two of us, it's quite subtle.
Well, everything has got, I would say that everything you do has got a very delicate balance to it. Like, it's clear that Dave knows what he's doing. And I think the rhubarb thing, there's a lot of rhubarb gins and some that are like, have a full colour to them and like that. And some which is what yours are, much more delicate and kind of almost towards the other end of the spectrum. So elderflower, violet, rhubarb.
The next one, rose. Now this one is beautiful. Again, it's the flower, not Turkish delight. It is made with rose buds in the botanicals in the mix, which is just delicious. Really nice to sip on its own, even though it's 42%, so it's a one and done, I'm afraid. I haven't got my favourite, which is ridiculous. I couldn't quite grab a bottle in time, but my favourite is a lavender gin, and it's really, as everyone goes, a bit tastes like soup. So you get a little bit of nanny soap off of it, but I love it. It's my favourite.
I really like the lavender, and I haven't talked about lavender because maybe we'll have lavender at some point soon. Maybe lavender. But I did with a few friends actually did a tasting of the lavender one, and I guess I kind of assumed, and this sounds really bad because I know you make great stuff, but lavender, I was a bit like you. I was like, how's it going to go? And it was beautiful. Like it was. And I think for me, it was the kind of even clearer of, the rose as well. Someone's just commented about the rose. But the lavender, I really enjoyed the lavender one. Actually, tiny bit of tonic, it was like, yes. So Dave likes these floral, delicate flavours, doesn't he?
He does. He really does. He kept this. it all came from a trip to Dorset we did as a family a couple of years ago, just before he and I got married. And we tried this amazing violet gin down there, and he was sat there giving it the full-on face on it, and then he just went, I can make that.
Did he?
Yeah, and then literally it was the first gin we made, and it's really lovely and really delicate. And then we sort of went, well, what could we kind of, if we were going to do this, it sort of started the gin journey for us.
Right.
If we do it, how are we going to do it? What could we do with it? And we decided to come up with this collection that we called the English Country Garden Collection.
Okay.
Really classic sort of English flowers from the garden, things that grow around us. So we're sort of surrounded by woodlands and diggers at the moment. And we've got, true story, and we've got lots of really sort of natural planting around us, and we sort of went for some of the flavours that literally surround where we live. So the lavender, obviously very classic English country garden.
Yeah.
With the lavender, I'm a huge fan of it long. It's a really nice, last week it would have been perfect. I'm sort of looking outside today thinking it's time for the winter spice, if I'm honest. It's all about face. But the lavender's lovely, really, as a long drink with bags of ice, lemonade.
Ooh.
And it's a really nice kind of to start your drinking day off. So lunchtime.
About
10 o'clock, you
know. I bet there's some interesting cocktails that Ness would make with lavender. Like, I bet there's lots of stuff you could do with
We'll
lavender.
have to get a bottle sent to her so she can come up with something. It makes a nice lavender lemon drop. Yeah, that's a really nice one.
I feel like a May lavender cocktail with Ness coming on. Like, let's do, because you're all cocktaily as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we quite like a cocktail.
Let's do a cocktail in May, like outside.
Sounds good.
Outside.
It's still snowing, Kate, honestly.
So you just said that the violet was the start of your gin journey. Wednesday, like it, I reckon I can make this. How long ago was that?
How long ago was that? That was probably 2.5 years ago.
And then how long after that did you release this one, or was that 2.5 years ago?
We then released it. It took us a while to get licensed, just because we had quite a lot to do to get ourselves licensed, because it's a private premises, it's not a business premises, so it was a little bit of extra hoops to jump through. But it took us about 1.5 years before we got it to market.
Right.
So, yeah, we've been about a year now. About a year and a bit. And we are, as Kate said right at the start, really tiny. So our home is our distillery, as I'm sure lots of the distillers, I know I've seen lots of photographs from everybody else sitting in their front room, putting their labels on, and very similar to us. And we are just about expanding now. So what my utility room became the distillery. Fine. Yeah.
I mean, I love a utility, to be honest.
Yeah. So I'm incredibly blessed. My husband is so clever. Not just can he make loads of really lovely gin, but he can also build stuff.
Okay.
So he is literally building us from the ground up a new distillery in the back garden. It's the ultimate gin shed, because you're literally building the building to make the gin in at the end of your garden, which is lovely. Which we hope will be finished in about 2 weeks' time. He's literally doing all the plumbing and everything now. He's laying all the pipes, put the plumbing in. But he's built it from scratch. What I'll do is probably do a little kind of live tour on our Facebook page and show you around once it's all finished.
Absolutely.
But we're enough to get a new still to go in there, so it's a bit of a exciting moment for us, our first expansion. It's great.
So you've upgraded. You've bought a new still, or has he made the still as well?
No, we've bought a new still from one of the other members of the distillers group, which is incredible. Yeah. So I keep saying to you, Kate, Sip and Share isn't just amazing for the gin drinkers, it's been fantastic for the distillers as well, because we've got this lovely little network of everyone sharing ideas and saying, have you been in touch with these guys? Has anyone seen any bottle suppliers? Honestly, full love. Oh.
These lot don't know that. That's like the secret on the side.
It's our little secret squirrels. We don't drink as much as you guys, but we chat just as much. So
yeah, exactly. So new distillery. Okay, so May, lavender, cocktails, new distillery video showing off. Let's have a look at this thing. That's exciting.
Yeah. So that sounds a great May, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it does sound like a great mate. So what's going to be cooking in this new pot then?
Oh, in the new pot, we've got plans and designs on a London dry, just not a floral, not a particular flavour, just a clean London dry. We did a little poll on the page I think it's about a month ago now, just to get Dave's ideas cooking, and got lots of feedback from the Sip and Share membership, cheers gang, just on what they looked for in a London dry. And we've kind of taken that on, and we've had a little look at some of our ingredients. We're going to do a little mini version in a little pot alembic first, and then we're going to be upscaling to Big Brenda, who is our new big still.
Brenda?
Yes, Brenda. Her name is Brenda.
Her name is
named.
Say that again, sorry, love.
Each of our stills is named. So we've got, at the moment, we've got Michael and Stanley, named after both of our dads.
All right.
And Brenda is named after my nan.
Oh, nice.
So,
big Brenda.
Yeah, I don't think she would have liked the big bit. I think actually I can hear her just shouting at me from upstairs now going, but
I don't think many of us want necessarily the word big in front of our names all the time. I don't know, all the time.
I know, but when you see the size of the fella,
really?
Yeah, and it is beautiful. So
we need to do, I mean, like, if Dave's up for it, maybe we should do some sort of mini tasting thing with the new London Dry.
Yes, definitely. We would love to do kind of a little quick taste. We'll do a little kind of mail out, see what everyone thinks of it. So I think we're going to get a group of 10 perhaps to give us their feedback. Do a little exclusive Sip and Share one.
We'll make a plan. We'll
definitely make a plan, because I think you guys can give us the best feedback, and it's almost like your gins, isn't it, really? I wonder why.
Based on spend profiles, yes. Based on what I see in the shop, yes.
Either that, are they just like really pretty bottles on the wall?
Well,
there are some beautiful ones.
Yeah. So what's the reason that Dave? Well, I'm going to say Dave, because Dave stirs the pot, doesn't he? He's a liquid man. Left the London Dry till now, because most people go, okay, we'll start there.
I think it's because we were inspired by that violet that we tasted. I think that's pretty much kind of where it came from. But he's literally got his hand up. He knows I'm a teacher. He's not allowed to speak unless he puts his hand up. Go on, Dave.
I had a London Dry.
You have the London Dry,
but I want an award-winning London Dry.
He wants an award-winning London Dry.
So we're waiting until we get it right. Okay.
Yeah. And I think the still is going to make all the difference. That's kind of, we know that the stills we've got are good, but they're not amazing. And we know that this still has got something really special about it. So we think that that's why it's going to create that award-winning. He wants a medal.
Really exciting and interesting, isn't it, as a gin drinker, which you and I are, that's very easy to drink. That violet is just a little bit dangerous, actually, I'm going to say. That's just gone now, and could just sit here with my borrower sign.
And that's why I sent you Baby Bear, not Big Bear.
An interview that goes on for 3 hours. We're still live. We're a bit hammered.
Have their dinner at fine.
So London Dry is coming. Yes, but no, what I was going to say was that's really interesting, isn't it? About as a gin drinker, hearing your perspective is working with Dave as a distiller on the role that the still plays. And I know that sounds really silly on the but yeah, because you kind of think, well,
still,
still, if you don't know any better, a still's a still, right? So the fact that plays such a big role, is it technically more competent than your current stills, and that enables you to do more with it, or is it a size thing, or is it just
a materials thing? It is, because it's 100% made of copper, the new one, whereas what we're currently working with is stainless steel with an alembic copper head. And when we switched to that copper head, that made a huge difference, because when we first started, we didn't have that. And when we switched to that made a massive difference. And actually, we started pulling in through more of the juniper flavour into the gin. So we kept saying, we were tasting it and going, but it just tastes like a flavoured vodka, not a flavoured gin. So we were getting none of the juniper through at all. And then as soon as we switched to the copper heads, it made such a difference. So we know that when we go up to the new still, all of our recipes are probably going to have to change.
Really? Oh, Tina's asked a good question. That is a good. Tina, do the stills get seasoned like good cookware?
Yes. I'm looking at him and going, yes.
Dave, you feel like they must do, don't you? You feel like they must kind of.
Yeah. Dave's talking about he's seasoned the copper heads, so he'll definitely be seasoning the big still once it gets cracking.
Well, you know, I'm happy to taste the gin that you guys seasoned.
Well, yeah, we'll be sending a lot of posters, I should imagine. I feel like I'll be making it rain with little taster bottles.
What else is on the horizon? I mean, Dave, are we doing rum? Are we doing vodka? And I'm saying vodka because I've just put a post out earlier saying, looking for more vodkas, looking for some good vodka. We've got a few, and that's great. But look, Sip and Share is going to grow. Fingers crossed. Let's do this. We need we need range, and I think some vodka, some rums, like people doing it properly. You guys. Oh, Helen says hands up. Helen, what's the question? Just go for it, Hell's Bells. Yeah, she's like that.
Oh, she heard earlier. She knows I'm a teacher.
So vodka, rum.
First thing is going to be a vodka.
Oh,
right, sorry, I lied. First thing's going to be a rum, a spiced rum, and then I think Dave's just saying he'd quite like to do a toffee vodka.
Yeah, I'll have one of them, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks,
exactly. Well, that's another one that goes brilliantly with apple juice, isn't it? So 1 of your 5 a day, Kate. Happy days.
One of my 5 a day. Yeah. Oh, Helen says no. She wasn't putting her hand up to ask a question like a teacher. She was putting her hands up tasting. It was like I'll be involved. Toffee vodka. Yeah, I definitely think more stuff. Like I just want to keep going with the tiny British, like you guys, like because you are absolutely essential. Like what's the quintessentially Share British perfect, aren't you? You kind of like fit the whole thing. Even when you're on your digger, even that.
Especially when you're on his digger.
Especially when you're being built. Share some pictures. Has it still arrived, by the way?
Oh yes, the still is with us. She's all wrapped up in, because obviously when the build's happening, we didn't want to get it damaged. So she's in place, but she's all wrapped up. So the still has arrived.
Right.
So I will share some pictures once she's unwrapped.
Yeah.
But we collected her about a month, maybe 6 weeks ago. So she's been with us a little while and just sort of nestled up in her little corner in the distillery.
Where's she from originally? Do you know? Is she Portuguese or German?
Yeah, she's Portuguese.
Portuguese. She's a good one. She's a good one.
Very good one.
Oh my god! So we've got proper excited. Look at with you. I just like chat up, beat up, like. Oh, I'm just gonna pour another one. It's just
not to.
What's your verdict on the soda? I would never
I really like it. No, I saw the lime and it pulled me in. So I thought, as we're tasting it tonight, are you drinking that from a bottle? Sip and Share membership. It's not my fault. I am a very good influence, honest.
Yeah, you are. You make stuff like this, so it's absolutely fun. That's really nice. What? I love how people pretend that they don't try stuff from the bottle, and then I say that, and then people go, "No, we actually don't," and you're like,
"No, we don't."
Just pour a little one more. It's been a busy day.
So, what were we talking about?
I don't know. What you're putting lime in it.
Yeah.
What fave out of your collection, out of your gin family?
Yep.
What's your fave? There you go. There's a question.
Me, I love the lavender. I absolutely love the lavender. It is so beautiful. I think Dave's favourite is the winter spiced.
Oh, yeah, that got a lot of love, didn't it?
Yeah, it's our strongest flavour, and it is. We introduced it this Christmas for the first time, and whenever we go out, when we're allowed on the road, even when we're in the middle of summer, I think it's going to still get a lot of love.
Are you going to come to the party? Can we get you to come to the party?
We haven't got the party booked in yet because I think we've got quite a lot in that area that time. We've got loads of stuff already on, so we're sort of looking at. Actually, yeah, we are, but we're getting booked in. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to commit to it. I might have to send you some cheeky bits and pieces though, if you're goodie bags.
That's awesome. Yeah, we don't want you, Vic. We just want the good stuff.
You two can do one. We'll have your gin.
Yeah, we don't need you there to like party with and talk to. We just need a palette. So
yeah, we know how it goes. It's fine.
Yeah. We not make that clear at the beginning. It's very high pitch. Do you use aromatic tonic much?
I don't. I'm just not a huge fan of tonic though. So if I usually have things with lemonade, just because I find the tonic, the quinine in it, just for me is just takes it away. Dave apparently quite likes the aromatic in the elderflower of our range.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was going to put it in the violet, but then I just worry because your flavours are delicate. I worry that I always worry with aromatic tonic that it's just going to
bosh exactly
do a bit too much to it.
Yeah.
So
that's what we always say. So I am pouring myself another one as well. Don't worry. It's the Easter holidays. It's fine.
It's the Easter holidays. That's the reason why. Because it's the Easter holidays.
Stop reading the news. I've been banned from watching the news, Kate. I keep shouting at the telly because
Oh no, yeah, don't watch it. I, babe, and now just have it live. That's what's happening now, which I quite like. Quite like this. So, if you could only ever drink. Oh, what about Hannah's question? Ice or no ice?
Ice, all the way. Ice.
So if you only had to eat always ice or always no ice, would you say always ice? A full glass either, not like my pathetic 1 cube.
No, mine have now melted, and I'd have to make loads of noise because the freezer's next to me to get more out. But yeah, no, I particularly with the lavender when I do that one, I do like literally the whole glass is ice, and then you pour it through it, and it's delish. I think always ice, even with the winter spiced, if you have that neat and sip it over ice, that's blooming lovely. So
your
yeah,
rose as well, isn't it? Sorry? We haven't done your rose.
No, we haven't. That one we've not got very much of at the minute. Otherwise, I'd have put it on for spring. But that's our next run through once we've done a little bit of work on the still with London Dry, because I think we've got maybe 3 bottles left, because it's a local favourite actually. We have, when we go to different areas, we find that different people like different flavours more. So when we do fairs in the area we're based, we're in Surrey, and we do a local fair called Soper Hall, called the Makers Market. And we have regulars that come down, they bring us their bottles back so we can try and do some closed loop recycling. And they get a discount off of us, which is fab. And they always just straight away bosh in the rose. They love the rose around here, which is really, really nice. And it's a local favourite.
I remember the rose at the tasting actually. Was the tasting in December or January?
December.
Yeah. And we did the rose in then, didn't we? Or
yes. We had the rhubarb, the rose, and we had the good spice.
Yeah, the rose stood out to me then, I remember, because it's delicate, not perfumed, but clear enough, like I remember. Yeah. Tina says, I love how Victoria is always one of the first to welcome new members to the group and with such lovely words, because she's dead nice.
Oh, thanks, Tina. Thank you. I just think that it's, for me, the thing about sip and share, and this is not me blowing smoke, Kate. So,
let's do it. Go on, I'm going to do it.
I think in the time we've had, you set this up at such a good moment in time, because everybody was isolated from one another. And what Sip and Share has done more than anything is give us a community and give us people to say hi to. So if anyone comes in, I'm thinking, well, does that person live on their own? Is that person having a tough time? Is that person joining this because they need somebody to talk to? Or is it just they're joining it because they love their gin? Yeah. Whatever the situation is, let's say hello to them and welcome with lots of love and fun, and let them know really what this group is about. And it is not just about Fab Gin, it is, or Fab Spirits now, it is about an amazing community of people looking out for each other in a really tough time. Yeah. So it's been brilliant.
That's dead hard to write on a website. that little bit there is quite difficult.
It's a little bit long. It's sort of a strap.
It's a really funny one, isn't it? That's really kind of you to say that, because for me, that's the most important thing. And actually, so if you think the membership community has been going 6 months, so 28th of September, or 29th of September with Stacey, our first member. And the amount of messages I've had over the past 6 months, where from people who have messaged me and said, and it kind of makes him proper emotional, right? Because they said, you don't know how much Sip and Share has meant to me over the past few months. Like even just during the summer when like living alone and they don't go out and stuff. And people that, you know, if you think it's a community,
shielding or
there's mental health, physical health, and I run a mental health platform for the NHS as well. And I think there's just so many, community is so important. And actually community, not just on a surface level, but actually the reason, you know, our relation, like it's so weird to think that we haven't met. And the same with all the members, like
everyone, and we're all commenting to each other, and it's all like we know each other. So it feels like the party is going to be like a reunion, even though none of us is met.
That's a really good way of thinking about it, actually. I mean, I'm really disappointed that Vicky hasn't managed to get me a stage. You know, I can't do my Madonna impression.
Disappointing.
I'm going to send it back to the drawing board. I'm like, no, Derbyshire County Cricket Club, it's not good enough.
We will have a stage.
We'll have a stage.
We'll build one.
Purely because I want to wear some sort of audio equipment and then actually be like, this is really awkward. Anyway, I want to, or AV. I want to walk around and be like, AV, where's my AV? I might turn into real bossy boots.
Oh, go diva on it. Be our Sip and Share. You sort of know you want to.
Oh my god. Right. So awesome, but back to business. Oh god, that's easy, isn't it? That Violet, bloody hell. I'm swearing on my own feed. And your feed. Did a little swear word on your feed.
They know us, they know we swear. It's fine.
Sorry, Violet for now, only 10 bottles. I think a couple went last week. Or...
Yeah, I think one went last week, so we've got 9 now.
Cool. Lavender will look at next month. When's the London Dry? So let's make a little London Dry plan. But I guess Dave's just desperate to get the thing built. Get playing with it. Awesome.
I think it's going to make his life a lot easier because we're obviously a picture of a utility room. It's teeny tiny. It's a little galley. It's really tough for him distilling in there because obviously he's got a lot to do. He's weighing out his ingredients. He's trying to sort of keep his eye on the stills as they're working, and it's not easy for him. And it's cold. So when he's been distilling over the winter, it's been really chilly for him. So actually having this new building is going to mean a lot to him as a distiller. And also that we won't have everything all around the house because the kids at the moment, it's kind of like Perryley Craft House because Izzy has all the labelling stuff in her room. David has all of the bottles in his bedroom. We've got all sorts everywhere in the house. So it's going to be nice for it to all be in one place, the kids to get their bedrooms back. And so it's exciting, really exciting. And then we'll get the London Dry out, which is really, really cool.
Yes. Lorna, oh bless her. Hi, lovely Lorna. Will you ship to the Highlands?
Well, Lorna, it's me. You know, I would love to. I think if I had walked your bottle of rhubarb to you, Lorna, it would have got there sooner. Lorna and I have been chatting a lot because the Royal Mail have managed to lose one and break another of her bottles of rhubarb. So we're on the 3rd now. We're waiting for the delivery to arrive. So I'm really hoping it gets to her soon. She got a little special delivery today, but unfortunately it wasn't the gin. So I'm hoping that we might even have to have just like a little tunnel dug between us and the Highlands. And get the gin there faster.
She said, joking. We know, Lorna. We know something. We know. And actually, Lorna, I do know because for today, I'm admin on Perryley's page, and Lorna works with me. So I've been seeing. So I knew the story, and I had a little spot. I was like, oh, I think I know what's been going on over there.
Oh, it's been horrendous. The Mail has not been our friend.
It's so hard, isn't it? And actually, I think it's a really, really important point, and I say it to members quite a lot. That first of all, delivery costs a fortune. Like, let's not pretend we live in Amazon Prime, Amazon or Amazon. Like, let's all. It's Amazon. So the world's largest corporate organisation, or the wealthiest organisation in the entire world.
And the welfare of their employees isn't particularly good.
Yeah, exactly. So delivery takes ages, costs a fortune. And I just think, oh my goodness, I would not want the headache, which I know you guys go through. Hello, dog.
Yeah.
In order to just make sure that your beautiful bottle and brand gets there safely. Like, it's a headache.
It really is. And I'm literally, my heart's in my mouth waiting for Lorna's to arrive because I'm just, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely, and yeah.
That is really important for, obviously, for Sip and Share members, but for anybody who's watching to understand that you are, and I'm a small business, but you're a small business and you depend on another service. Yeah, and there's so much stuff that's outside of your control. And I get quite like about this because in a world where it's not Amazon Prime, but in a world where next day delivery has been something that is kind of almost expected.
We've had some bottles that have arrived so quickly it's astonished us, and then other bottles that have taken a month to get there and still aren't there. So
what are you doing?
He wants some violet.
He wants, yeah, that's why yours has been sat on there. Right, lovely. So let's, running the risk of pouring a third, which on a Wednesday night.
Probably not a good thing, is it? I won't be getting up tomorrow after my second.
I've not seen you all day, have I? Hello. Coming up.
Oh, hello, puppy. Mine's sitting talking in the middle of the lounge.
I don't know where the actual pup's gone. So, well done. I could have drank most of it. Cheers.
I have to send you some more.
Let's talk lavender in May. It feels very timing appropriate, doesn't it?
Perfectly timed for lavender. That's the Mayfields kind of thing. We use all our local lavenders, and it is the Mayfield lavender, and it's lovely. That'd be perfect.
All right, we'll talk lavender next month. I want to make some sort of lavender syrup, only because I just like lavender gin. I just think that will be quite exciting. Look at me getting my cocktail on.
And if you do, your house will smell amazing, and you'll all be really chilled out, which is great. Okay. Whenever they put the lavender through the stills, the whole house is really mellow.
I could do with both.
An aromatherapy session.
Chilled out and beautiful smelling house. Thank you very much. Right, well, the lovely Victoria. Let's let everybody get on with their Wednesday. Cheers.
Cheers, my lovely.
Cheers, lovely, darling. Nice to see you. And let's do more fun stuff soon.
Absolutely. More cocktails, more gin.
More cocktails, more gin, more fun. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely Wednesday. Bye.